Behind me is Apple Store Miami Worldcenter. It's one of their newest flagship stores, and I got a special preview where I got to tour the inside of the store and see the beautiful architecture, foliage, both around and on top of the store. Really stands out right here in the heart of the city. And just to nerd out for a second, this is my first time getting an in-person media badge from Apple, so I'm excited. So let's go in and check it out. So Apple planted all the trees on either side of the store, and one day they should grow tall enough where it creates a canopy over the store, providing shade whether you exit on the street side or in the garden behind me. Here we get a good view of the roof of the Apple Store, and Apple's saying it is a biophilic design. Never heard of that word before, but apparently it means creating architecture that's in harmony with nature, and so hence the garden in the front and back, and a literal garden on the roof. I think it's the only Apple Store with a garden on the roof. If you know of another one, let me know in the comments. All right, let's do a store tour. I love how looking out either side of the store feels a little bit like there's a forest out there, even being in downtown Miami. Really open design, those full windows on either side. Makes it nice and bright in here, even though it's a cloudy day. All right, first up here on the right, Apple Vision Pro try-on area. We got all the seating. Also, I'm gonna be honest, the first time I saw this at an Apple store, I thought it was like an espresso machine. Apparently this is for like the Vision Pro lenses and stuff, so my bad. We got the iPad setups. Do we have any iPad minis out here? Okay, down there. All right, I'm gonna go check it out. This is the first Miami store with a pickup area, so you can actually order and just pick it up here, dedicated desk. But the staff here also speak 12 languages, which is pretty wild. And super long Genius Bar. Honestly, I kind of love this because there's a lot of Apple stores that you don't see Genius Bars at anymore. And here, super long. I mean, you can have a bunch of people here. Also here at the Genius Bar, one of the things they did was create multiple seating or standing options. So if you prefer to stand, you can do that. iMac setups right here. Multiple iPad tables. Here's all the minis. It is still on display. Here's the big window display on the other side of the store. Again, main street of downtown Miami out there, but Apple still put a bunch of trees. Really love the foliage feeling. AirPods display, AirPods Max with USB-C, Apple Music section with Beats headphones also on display. And I really like this iPad accessory setup. They have floating Apple Pencils next to all the different iPads and Magic Keyboards. And yes, USB-C accessories. I'm also looking for the smart home section. We'll see if I can find it. This Apple TV section is wild. So they got the Severance trailer playing, but they also have 2 iPads and 2 iPhones syncing with what's playing on the TV. I want to know how they're doing that. HDMI splitter? Is this some kind of wireless display thing? But you can see even as they cut to the office shots, it's showing the floor. That's pretty sweet. Some Mac accessories and chargers, like the little weaving of the USB-C cables behind the accessories. You can still do self-checkout here. There's my favorite 3-in-1 charger, 12 South High-Rise 3 Deluxe, Apple Watch Band accessories. And up here, kind of a different case display as other stores. I really like this. I do see fine woven MagSafe wallets up here. What's your name?
My name is Eric Fernando.
And you're going to be doing a special Today at Apple session here at Miami Worldcenter, is that right?
Yeah.
And what is it focusing on?
We're focusing on teach like essential knowledge for photography, like rule of thirds, like how to take better pictures using your phone, and the aspects of the new iPhone 16 in the camera.
Will people be able to take this session with you in the future?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
I hope so.
And is it going to be like a walking tour? Are you going to take them outside?
Yeah, we're gonna take the people outside, like show the sun trees that you can use with your phone. But basically, that we want to show is like how nature mixed with architecture here, because like it's so beautiful to see all the beautiful trees and the beautiful buildings. And if you love photography, you are gonna be inspired by, you know, the curves, lines. Like, I don't know, I'm really like nerdy in this photography, but yeah.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much. Our MacBook Pro's here. Here's the glossy screen, and this is the nano texture that Jason Aten, my co-host on Primary Technology. You should tune in every Thursday. I'll put that link above. I do like the nano texture on this MacBook Pro. I still notice the difference in color saturation and in the contrast, but I don't know. Maybe I'll become a believer sometime. Apple Watch try-on area. Already got my Milanese Ultra Loop, but I do like that space gray Apple Watch Ultra 2. More Apple Watches on display. Also, while I was heading out, they handed me the swag they're going to be giving out at the grand opening on Friday. Not the normal Apple tote. they're straight up giving out picnic blankets this Friday. That's pretty sweet. So that's a quick tour of the new Apple Miami Worldcenter. Be sure to subscribe to the channel because I have some other surprises coming even later this week. I'm going to be here for the grand opening, and just tune in, trust me. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below this video. And if you want to see my previous Apple Store tour where I went to Los Angeles to tour the Apple Store Tower Theater, I'll put one of those videos right up here. And if you're new to the channel, I do a ton of shortcuts videos and automations. I'll leave my top shortcuts for 2024. That video's right over here. Thanks for watching. I'll catch you next time.